Namaste, good night. So I'm going to read Book 6, Chapter 8, on Sachi's praising the Devi. Om Bhagavatam Maha Nida Viganam Sarvakaya Susham. Om Ekadantai Vakratundai Manutanti Prachodayat. Om Gam Gravate, Om Gam Gravate, Om Gam Gravate Namaha. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ya Devi Sarva. Mata Saraswati Namo Namo Amarat Kalyani Mata Saraswati Namaste Om Hamsa Hamsa Evidni Paramhamsa Diptur Hamsa Om Em Saraswati Om Em Saraswati Om Em Saraswati Hari Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat Tat Sat. Vyasa said, O king, hearing that the wife of Indra had taken refuge under Brihaspati, the king Nahusa became very angry towards Brihaspati and spoke to the Devas. O Devas, I hear that the stupid son of Angirasa has given protection to Indra and has kept her in his house. I will therefore kill him quickly. Seeing the terrible Nahusa thus angry, the Devas and Rishis consoled him and said, O king of kings, do not be angry. Quit this vicious motive yours. See, the Rishis in all the Dharma Sastras have declared the holding of illicit connection with others' wives as a very heinous crime and have blamed it very much. You can consider that the daughter of Puloma is always chaste, devoted to her husband, and very good-natured. How can she, when her husband is alive, take another husband? O Lord, you are now the Lord of all the three worlds, and hence the defender of faith and religion. And if a person like you act irreligiously, all the subjects will then go to annihilation. One who is a Lord, should always observe the rules of good conduct. Besides, there are many other celestial women in this heaven as beautiful as Sachi. You can satisfy your thirst with them. Mutual love is recognized by the wise as the true originator of amorous dealings. Ravishing a woman by force destroys all amorous sentiments. O king, if the mutual love be similar and equal in all respects, then comes the true happiness. You have now got the post of Indra. Therefore quit this idea of holding illicit connection with others' wives and indulge in other good thoughts. Demerits destroy prosperity, and merits increase it. Therefore, king, leave all these bad thoughts and make your heart take a good turn and be happy. Nahusa said, O Devas, where were you all when Indra stole away the wife of Gautama and when the moon stole away the wife of Brihaspati? It is easy to give advice to others, but to act according to that is very rare in this world. O Devas, let the qualified Devi come to me. You will derive much benefit from it, and the Devi, too, will get her highest happiness. There is no doubt in this. I tell you truly that in no other way I will be satisfied. Bring Indrani here quickly, whether be good words or by force. The Devas and Munis heard the words of the king Nahusa, smitten by the Cupid's arrows, got terrified and said, We will bring Indrani to you by gentle words. Saying thus, they went to the house of Brihaspati. Vyasa said, O king, the Devas, going to the house of Brihaspati, spoke thus with folded hands. O Guru, we know that Indrani has taken shelter in your house. We will have to hand her over today to the king Nahusa, for we all united have made over the post of Indra to Nahusa. Let this beautiful lady now choose and worship him. Hearing these awful words of the Devas, Brihaspati said to them, O Devas, this chaste woman, devoted to her husband, has now taken my shelter. Therefore, I can never part with her. The Devas said, O Guru, kindly advise, then if you do not part with Sachi Devi, how the king Nahusa be pleased? If he becomes angry, it will then be very difficult to please him. Brihaspati said, O Devas, let Sachi now go to Nahusa and tempt him with the enticing words and make this condition that when her husband's death will be known to her, she will then accept Nahusa as her husband. How could she accept another husband when her husband was alive? Therefore, let her now go in quest of her high-souled husband. Let Sachi thus make condition with him, and thus deceiving him, let her try her best to bring back her husband. O king, then after coming to this conclusion, Brihaspati and other devas went to Indrani, to the king Nahusa. Seeing them come, especially looking at Indrani, the artificial king, Nahusa became very glad and said to Indrani, O beloved, today I am become the real Indra. O beautiful-eyed one, worship me as your husband. See, the devas now have made me to be worshipped by all the gods. When Nahusa spoke thus, the Devi Sachi became filled with great shame. She began to tremble and said to the king, O Lord of the Devas, I desire to ask a boon from you. Better wait till I ascertain whether Indra is dead or alive. There is this doubt in my heart whether he lives or whether he is dead. O King of Kings, let me first of all clear my doubts. Kindly excuse me and wait till then. I tell this truly that after I ascertain the fact, I will worship you. I do not know anything whether Indra is dead or whether he has gone anywhere else. When Sachi Devi spoke thus, Nahusa became very glad and saying, Let it be so, dismissed her. Thus having received permission from the king to depart, Sachi hurriedly went to the devas and spoke to them to try their best to bring Indra back as soon as possible. O king, hearing these sweet and holy words of Indrani, the devas intently consulted with each other how they could get back Indra. They then went to Vaikunta and began to praise with hymns the original Deva, the god Vishnu, the Lord of the universe. Kind to those that seek his refuge, the Devas, skilled in speaking, spoke to Vishnu with a very troubled heart. O Lord Indra, the Lord of the Devas, is very much troubled with his sin Brahmahatya. Where is he staying now? Invisible to all the beings. O Lord, he is now overcome with the sin Brahmahatya by killing Vitra, the best of the Brahmins. We ask your skillful and intelligent advice. O Lord, you are the sole refuge of him as well as of us. We are now involved in a great difficulty. Kindly show us the way how we, as well as Indra, can get out of this difficult crisis. Hearing the pitiful words of the Devas, Vishnu said, Let Indra perform the Ashvamedha sacrifice, horse sacrifice, for the purification of his sins. By this yajna that can destroy all sins, Indra will be purified and he will regain his Indraship. There is no doubt in this. The more so because the Devi, the universal mother, will be pleased with his horse sacrifice and will destroy all his sins. Brahmahatya and others. Lo, merely remembering her destroys heaps of sins, and if by this horse sacrifice she be pleased, what wonder is there that sins of a more grave nature would be destroyed? And let Indrani worship Bhagavati daily. Happiness will undoubtedly be gained by worshipping that most auspicious one. By this, the king Nahusa will be particularly deluded by the world mother and will then be quickly destroyed by the sin committed by himself. And Indra, purified by Ashvamedha, will soon regain his position and all his wealth. O king, thus hearing the sweet beneficial words of Vishnu, indomitable prowess, the Devas went to the spot where resided Indra. Brihaspati and the other Devas consoled the distressed Indra and made him celebrate duly in right order the horse sacrifice, the greatest of all sacrifices. Indra then distributed his sin, Brahmahatya, amongst trees, rivers, mountains, women, and the earth. Thus, casting aside his sin on all the above things, Indra became again free from his sin, and, getting rid of his fever and uneasiness, abided by the time and remained there invisible in the tubular stem of the lotus. Doing that wonderful act, the Devas started from there and reach their own abodes. The daughter of Puloma, suffering from her bereavements from Indra, spoke then to Brihaspati with great sorrow. O Lord, why is my husband still invincible to me when he has performed the Ashvamedha sacrifice? Kindly show me the way how I can get a sight of him. Brihaspati said, O Devi, worship the most auspicious Bhagavati. Surely she will make your husband sinless, and you will see him. The Devi Ambika, the upholdress of the universe, will desist the King Nahusa from doing the wrongful act, as it is she that will delude him by her Maya and get his downfall from the heavens. O King, when Brihaspati spoke thus, Sachi Devi got initiated by him in the Devi Mantram, capable to secure success in any undertaking. Thus, getting the mantram from her guru, she began to worship the Devi Bhuvaneshwari duly with flowers, sacrificial victims, and other necessary articles for worship. Thus, Indrani, with a view to see her husband perform the worship of the Devi, she quitted all the articles of enjoyment and luxury and assumed the garb of an ascetic. Thus some time passed away when the Devi was pleased and appeared before her on the back of a swan, in her peaceful form, ready to grant boons to Indrani. She looked then fairy like thousands of moons. Her lovely beauty appeared in rays like thousands and thousands of fixed lightnings. The four Vedas personified began to praise her in hymns from the four sides. Her two hands were adorned with a noose and a goad, and her two other hands made signs to grant boons and to discard all fear. The Vaijayanti garland of clear crystal-like gems suspended from her neck up to her feet. Her face was adorned with smiles and signs as if she would grant favors. She had 3 eyes and was the ocean of mercy, the mother of all the jivas, from a womb up to Brahma. Her 2 heavy breasts were filled with unbounded ocean of nectar-like juice of peace and mukti. She was the goddess of innumerable worlds, the goddess of all and the highest, endowed with all the knowledges and the incarnate of the undecaying and immovable Brahma. The Devi then began to address Sachi, the wife of Indra, in pleasing words and in voice deep like a rolling thunder. The Devi said, O darling to Indra, better now ask your desired boon. I am much pleased with your worship. O beautiful one, I have come here to grant you boon. To see me is not an easy task. By the collected merits acquired in thousands and thousands of births, one is able to see me. Hearing the words of the Devi, Sachi Devi, the wife of Indra, fell prostrate before her feet and began to speak to the highest goddess, the Bhagavati, who seemed graciously pleased. O mother, I now desire from thee that I may see my husband, whom I attained after great difficulty, to be freed from the fear arising out of King Nahusa, and I want that Indra be reinstated as Indra as he was before. The Devi said, O lady of the Devas, better go with this my messenger Duti to Manasarovara. There is installed my fixed form name Visvakama. You will see your Indra staying there very sorrowful and overwhelmed with terror. I will delude the King Nahusa within a very short period. O large-eyed one, be calm and quiet. I will fulfill your desires. Soon I will delude that king and deprive him of the seat of Indra. Vyasa said, the wife of Indra accompanied the messenger of the Devi and quickly reached the presence of her husband Indra. She was very pleased to see her long wished for husband in the state disguise. Here ends the 8th chapter of the 6th book on the praising of the Bhagavati by the wife of Indra and on getting the sight of Indra in the Mahapuranam Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Ved Vyas. Om Jayanti Mangalakali, Bhadrakali Kapali, Durga Kashma Shivadati, Swaha Swadha Namaste. Om Tumyo Mata Chapita Tumyo, Tumyo Banduscha Chasaka Tumyo, Tumyo Vidya Dravinam Tumyo, Tumyo Saravam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.